Defense got it. They're on the run. Touchdown, Husker. The defense putting points on the board. Getting ready for the extra point after the first score of the game.
You practice these moments as... But you never know when they're going to come to fruition. But how about it? The scoop, the ball's on the turf. They scoop it up. They take it to the house. The defense takes care of business and said, offense, we don't need you. We'll put points on the board.
On the move from inside his 5. Not a whole lot of room to operate on that return as the coverage unit was there and ready. The Minnesota offense is headed back onto the field. Finding themselves down 7-0, they'd love to get a drive going here. They'll ride the running back and leave it with it. Nudges ahead for 1 out to the 16. The margin for error is so small in this conference, it's really imperative to get off to a good start in Big Ten play.
Especially, Reese, since you're adding so much talent now to this conference. But yeah, year in and year out, you know the mainstays in this conference, but there's always some surprises, and I'll be interested to see how it starts off this season. Listen, this is your first opportunity, Palmer, in conference play, in a major conference, obviously in the Big Ten, to make your first statement.
And it's going to be taxing all season long for these players. Physically, obviously, and you expect that in the Big Ten Conference. But now adding all those West Coast teams, these guys are going to be flying back and forth across the country a lot this year. They have to get off to a fast start today. That's what makes this game so critical.
They'll try to bully their way for the first. That defensive front just flat whipped them as they knock him down for a big loss. And the Golden Gophers will line up to punt it away. They'll have to punt for the first time this afternoon. Looks it in at the 40. The solid return there offsets some of the punt yardage and really sets up this offense nicely. This offense has it with really good field position. They'll give it to the back. Nice move to keep running.
And winning first downs is a priority for a defense, and you can't get bludgeoned. You can't get physically beat at the point of attack. You know the percentages. It's usually pretty good on first down that they're going to run the football. So them getting that big chunk, getting in second and short, not a good job by this defense.
Going to take a shot on second and short. Card in the backfield. It's Payne. And good blocking in space out there to give him enough room to pick up the first down. And the Huskers are in the hurry-up. The inside handoff. Breaks the tackle. Tough, determined run gets it down to the 12. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Operating in the red zone here on second down. Off the play fake. Got out of trouble and throws. He's got it. They'll get him stopped just short of the end zone, but they're in business here with a first down. You know, we joke that the tight end's always open, David, but play action almost makes it impossible to keep them covered.
And yeah, because those guys, they're such good blockers most of the time. They're big and physical, and they sell.
And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Cornhuskers. Precision blocking up front created the open lane, and the running back followed it beautifully.
Yeah, it's pretty easy to follow an offensive line that makes those holes. It just gives you a caravan all the way to the end zone. What an unbelievable job blocking up front.
Bringing it back. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Minnesota has it back, and the Gopher offense is headed onto the field. They haven't exactly burst out of the starting blocks, and they need to get something together with this possession. He lofts one down the sideline. Intercepted. Takes it the other way. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
Not the start this kid was looking for. Very first pass of the day gets picked off. This is a defense that's got a lot of ball hawks on the back end, and he's got to be real careful with his eyes, not telegraph throws like he did right there. He's going to have to settle in.
That back had absolutely nowhere to run the football. Actually, is he counting? I think he's counting to make sure there's only 11 guys on defense.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. The give to the single back. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
And there was no space, nowhere to go. That play went absolutely nowhere.
Sometimes you just need a dude to show up and make a play, and he did.
Sometimes you just need to block that dude, and they didn't.
And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. 4th down coming up. They'll try to get something out of this drive and kick the field goal here on 4th down. He'll swing that big leg for 3 from 44 yards out. He got it. And now the lead is even bigger. They'll kick it away after putting up a field goal on that last drive.
Man, so many more times we're going to say, go for it, be aggressive. Nice to have a guy you can depend on, and you know you're putting 3 on the board. Nice kick, nice job.
The Minnesota offense is headed back onto the field. To say this has been a slow start is a bit of an understatement, and they really need to get it going here, Jesse.
That's right. The opponent, they're firing on all cylinders right out of the gate. Offensively, for this unit, they've been slow and struggling. They need an explosive play to wake themselves up.
Yeah, and it's just the first quarter, so it's not the end of the world. You've seen slow starts, but you got to continue to pick and pick and pick until you find that play or that scheme that you can use against this defense.
They'll put it in play from the 27, 1st down. To the air, it's Wolf. Gets it out quickly. And just a short, safe pass play, they pick up a few. Now, I know you two never faced off against each other in an actual rivalry game other than the Thanksgiving morning Turkey Bowl. But knowing you two the way I do and the way you know each other, Jesse, what would you have done to try to throw Pollock off a little bit on a stage like this?
In our opening 10-play script, I would have had David Pollock cut blocked, maybe even double-team high-low, chop blocked on every single play early.
Which is illegal, you bum. That's fine. But that's fine. You know what? I guess in retaliation to that, we would have just roughed the passer over and over, taking the 15-yard penalty. That's what's fun about this, Reese. It's petty. It's sometimes it crosses the line of dirty, but that's why rivalries are so fun.
From the gun, the ground game. Really tough run there. He got 4. That'll leave him a yard short on 4th down. The Golden Gophers will send out the punt unit. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. And you make the stop, and that is exactly what you want out of your punt cover unit. And here comes the Nebraska offense back onto the field. This is just what they wanted, a quick start, a 17-0 lead, and now they have the ball back. That's caught. It's Mills. Spins away from the defense. They'll get it to the 48. No need to measure. It's a 1st down.
I'll tell you, this guy has to get touches early in games. They're doing a good job of that right now. He's so dangerous once he has the ball in his hands. And I think if you're on offense, you move him around and you find more creative ways to get him involved.
Out of the gun to give to the back. Got enough for the 1st. They get him on the ground at the 37, but give him 15 yards on that chunk play, and they'll move the chains. From inside the 40 at the 37, it's 1st down. The give to the back. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. The Cornhuskers can play this 2nd down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Running back searching for a hole. Hauled down, but they'll move the sticks as he picks up the first down. The Huskers come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Give to the running back. Nice pickup on the ground there, and they'll move the sticks with the first down. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. And the Huskers pounded the rock to move the sticks, now back to work. They'll move the wide receiver. Touch pass on the run. Shakes off the defender.
Well, and on these little push passes, timing is so important. You're trying to snap it right as he's getting a full head of steam. When he gets the ball, he's hitting the outside. And David, it puts the defense in such a difficult spot.
You immediately have to be rotating when you see that motion, so everybody's got to communicate and kind of bump over. That's why offenses love to run it. It makes the defense communicate and see if you can just get him out of a spot.
I think that was an example of the offensive coordinator trying to help out his quarterback. He's trying to keep these third downs manageable. You know, you throw the ball on second down and it's incomplete. Now you've set up third and long, and now you're set up to fail.
Motion from the wide receiver. Caught in the backfield, it's Payne. Touchdown, Nebraska! Haul that baby in and then stroll into the end zone for the score. These guys are really hitting their stride in week 4 as they push out that lead. Kickoff unit back to work, and they have been busy as they've built this sizable lead.
Defense has got to do a better job of corralling this wide receiver. They've got to know where he lines up each and every play. And then once he has the ball, they have to play with a sense of urgency and get hands to the football. He's just way too dangerous in the open field.
Good news, I guess. A lot of room to work with as they start this drive from their own 15. Coming out on first down with the play fake. Grab behind the line. It's Johnson. Each brought down, but he went backwards after that completion, not the way they had it drawn up. We've come to the end of the quarter, and Nebraska is on top. And they were able to build that lead into double figures. Let's take a quick look at our early stats before we move on. They largely dominated the first quarter and built a nice lead to get started. First play of the period will be a second down. Back to throw, it's Wolf. Got his man. He'll step out of bounds just short of the 25-yard line, and this offense has an explosive play early in the drive.
That's a bang-bang play, three-step slant. They rep this over and over in practice so they can go out and execute it on game day like that.
And they needed an inch, and they didn't get it. This defense gives us nothing, and you'll like it. And the Golden Gophers will call on their punt team. Really good job by the coverage team to make the stop, and that's where they'll put it in play. The Cornhuskers ready to go back to work on offense. And they've found no answer so far. Already to the end zone twice, tacked on a field goal, and now back for more. The give to the running back from the shotgun. Pretty good effort on that one to work his way up to the 42. The Cornhuskers can really attack on this second and short. The give from the gun. And he's to the 48-yard line. That'll be good enough for a first down. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Here they come, 1st and 10 from the 48. Looking to throw on first down. Using the quick game. Makes that one pay off, and they finally get him down at the 38. It'll be first down. The Huskers racing to the line in a hurry up.
And it's frustrating as a defense when you give up that first down and you give up that pass play. But here we go with this offense. They're right back on the ball. You got to flush that. You got to get lined up, and you got to communicate.
Now he's got it all the way down to the 21-yard line, and they are threatening on first down. Wants to go up top on first down. Caught in the backfield, it's Etienne. The ball is down at the 14 after that grab.
Nice completion here to this wide receiver. And you're going to see this receiver line up in different spots all over the field all game long. Defense has got to keep their eye on where this guy is because they know he's a big part of this offense's success.
Feeling it now, see if they can get another sack on third down. From the gun, wants to pass. Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a fourth down. And here comes the field goal unit. And the kicker delivers the 3 to salvage that drive. And that lead grows even bigger.
And that's not the way they wanted to end the drive, but nice job being ready and your field goal kicker coming through and putting 3 points on the board.
Minnesota has it back, and the Gopher offense is headed onto the field. They really didn't move the ball at all the last time they had it, hoping for better fortune this time around. Looking downfield, it's Wolf. Catch in the middle, it's Booth. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain. Second down coming up. Quick pass on the jet motion. Spins away from the defender. Just keep moving this thing forward. He's out of bounds. They'll mark him down at the 37-yard line.
Just went with something very easy, very reliable. Flip it forward. Let your receiver do the rest. I only got to get a few yards. Nice job. Nice execution. First down.
Here's a quick throw out to the left. And a good job of coverage by that defense. Just a short pickup.
This is no surprise to defenses anymore. Everybody throws wide receiver screens, and you could tell they were ready for it. They saw the quick game. They pounced on it, got the wide receiver on the ground. That's not the first time they've seen that.
I think that time offensively, you're just trying to take what the defense is giving you, right? They're playing zone coverage. You got your big fella just working right over the ball. It's an easy pitch and catch. Just take the profit, and let's keep going.
The Golden Gophers come to the line on third and short, hoping to keep the drive alive. Grabbed in the backfield. It's Etheridge. Absolutely nowhere to go as this defense makes a third down stop. And the Golden Gophers send out the punt unit. He'll take it on the return. And the punt team gets down there and gets the return man on the ground. And here comes the Nebraska offense back onto the field. They've got the lead here. Last time they settled for a field goal, but David got to find that balance between being aggressive and careful.
And I think they'll take it. I got the lead, Palmer. I got the football. I got to take care of the football, put a nice drive together, and just get some kind of points on this drive.
No doubt. Lots to be happy about right now if you're this team. I think for this one, though, on this drive, it's about finding the one-on-one matchups that are in your favor and then exploiting them.
The short hands, it's Etienne. They'll get it to the 48, no need to measure. It's a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs.
When you play zone coverage and you got a wide receiver that's a beast, it becomes very, very difficult. Got to make sure.
Oh, he's got some space. Really good job by everybody there. Well blocked, good run, and a first down.
Every offense wants to be able to run the ball and be physical, especially on first down. And you want to create second and short, third and short, or just get first downs like that run right there.
They're dealing with a 2nd and long.
Here we go.
They'll send the tight end in motion. They go to the ground. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
Defense is about seeing it and pulling the trigger. And you can tell they pull the trigger so fast, get to the back, get him on the ground quickly.
Now facing a 3rd and long. Quarterback making adjustments. 3rd and long, and he'll try to throw for it. On the run, still looking. Pressure is effective from the defense. They knock him down just behind the midfield stripe at the 48. And the Huskers will punt it away on 4th down. Let's see if he can help the coverage team out with this one. Nice job to make the fair catch at the 16. Make sure that ball didn't bounce into the coffin corner. We'll see what they can do on this drive that starts at the 16-yard line. Dropping back, it's Wolf. Unloads to the wideout. Finds a man on the right. The offense will stop the clock and use one of its timeouts. And they'll line up from the 31 on 1st down. Looking downfield on 1st down. And they can't make the connection.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the 1st half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the 2nd half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
Try to make up for some of that lost ground on 2nd down. They'll throw again after the incompletion. They're setting up the screen. Can't get him to the ground. And he goes out of bounds after a nice pickup on that one.
And so many things have to come together perfectly for a screen to work for big yardage. And they were close. You could tell that almost busted, but they just got wrapped up, got a little bit of yardage, but they really wanted that one to be a big gain.
He tosses one high and deep down the left side. They'll pick up enough yardage for the 1st down. They've got it at the 30. We got a timeout here late in the 1st half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. This 1st half of offense won't go on the highlight reel so far, but starting to get things moving, it's 1st and 10. Good job to toss that ball out of bounds and avoid the loss.
This offense just has to find a way to find a rhythm here. They're playing at home, and they want this crowd to stay involved and be an asset in the game, but they need to start making plays. They can't keep throwing incompletions this early.
What will they dial up on 2nd and a long way to go? Under fire. No more time to throw. Quarterback is sacked at the 35. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, a check down would be the last resort. Plows through the defense. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain. Now on 4th down, here comes the field goal team. This will be a 50-yard field goal attempt, and he'll have to curl it in from the right side. Absolutely perfect.
And not to be the old guys in the booth, but we are the old guys in the booth. Man, 50-yard field goals used to be really, really hard. Kickers nowadays, man, they are making it look so much easier, and he does right there.
Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. Inside 30 seconds to play in the half. We'll see how aggressive they are on this drive. Wants to throw on 1st down. Oh, they're after him. He scrambled forward and got a few and turned that into a positive play. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. Touch pass on the jet sweep. still on his feet at the 40. He's out of bounds after a big pickup, but there's a flag on the field, and this might be coming back. So that penalty is going to cost them the first down as they back up, and now it's second down. One more snap coming before halftime. From the gun, he leads it with the back. They make the stop, and that is the end of the first half. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update.
Guys, rivalry games always bring out a ton of emotions, and they were on full display in that first half. And it's been a dynamite first half, leading to a one-sided score right now. It's not over, but I think both sides know this is on the verge of a blowout. That opposing defense is inside its locker room right now wondering two things. What just happened, and what do we do now to try to make this respectable?
He'll put total leather and get this second half started. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. The Cornhuskers ready to go back to work on offense. Not sure they had to make many adjustments at halftime as they try to build on this lead here in the third. Keeping it on the ground to open the second half. Defense in the right spot. They stop him after a gain of 2 to the 28. Got 3 on first down at 2nd and 7. Out of the gun, the running back has it. They opened the lane, and he hit it a gain of 5 out to the 33.
Definitely been tough sledding for this guy, especially in the first half. They gave him the ball a bunch, but they just don't have a ton of yards on the ground to show for it at this point. That looked like a pretty good run, though. You just wonder maybe in the second half, if they keep giving him the football, it may start paying some dividends.
And I like the aggressiveness on 3rd and short, trying to throw the football, take advantage of the look that they got. They weren't successful, and now it's 4th and short territory. Who knows what they're going to do?
Everybody stays in their lanes well enough, and they stop him at the 31-yard line. The Minnesota offense is headed back onto the field. To the ground with the back. Found a little space, and he's got 4 to the 35.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
This offense hasn't been able to generate a lot of points in this one. Here in the third quarter, you're seeing the defense and how much pride they take on being physical. It's not just stopping the run. Guys in the back end flying to the football in the air, getting hits on guys, that time on the receiver, knocking it loose.
And this offense just can't afford not to get the first down here. Already trailing big, and the clock is not their friend. Looking to the big tight end. Oh, did he find a hole in the defense? The defense got caught that time, and they finally get him on the ground at the 41.
Well, look, that wasn't a touchdown, but that was a massive play for this offense. They needed some momentum. They needed to find a rhythm, and what better way than converting on 3rd down. Awesome job by the quarterback getting through his progression.
There he goes. Oh, my goodness, he's still moving. Touchdown, Golden Gopher. He shed tackles right and left and housed it. A long run from the running back, not exactly setting any land speed records, but he got the job done.
It was a long run that took a long time because he's not the fastest guy in the world. But it doesn't matter, right? Get that nose for the end zone, get in the goal line. That's all that matters. That's all we're keeping score. That 6 counts for just as much as all those fast guys to get the right one.
And he'll be brought down after a solid effort on that return. And here comes the Nebraska offense back onto the field. Leaves it with the running back. Across the 30 out to the 33 and gains 4 on the play. After the productive first down play at 2nd and 6. Tight end in motion, see how the D reacts. Rides to the back. Gets it past the marker. Great pickup as they'll keep this drive moving, and they've got it at the 45. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. The offense getting set for a first down from the 45. Snap it to the back. Good pickup on that play. It'll bring up 2nd and 4.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the 3rd quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be physical, and they're trying to stay on the field.
Wide receiver going in motion. Quick pass on the fly motion. And he's almost to that 1st down marker there, saying he's a little bit short. They might want to bring out the sticks and measure, but it looks as if he'll be just short of the 1st down. The Cornhuskers are facing 3rd and inches. The offense will have to use its 1st timeout of the half.
Timeout, Nebraska.
The Huskers lining up, just needing a few tough inches on 3rd down. To the ground to try to move the chains. Now with a great opportunity as they pick up the 1st down. They've got it at the 40. And the Huskers have their offense in high gear. To the air on 1st down. And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on 1st down. 2nd down coming.
Yeah, and you just wonder if the defense now has taken out some frustration. Obviously, they've been getting lit up all over the place, and that time they finally gave it back to the offense there. Really nice, big, clean hit. This defense needs a little bit more of that as the game goes on.
They'll run it from the gun. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
It's hard to run on a defense that comes off the ball like that and runs to the football like that. Good luck. No holes anywhere.
On 3rd down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. That's caught. It's Payne. All the way down to the 25-yard line. They move the sticks. It's 1st down.
A nice passing game by this offense. The quarterback and the receiver on the same page, in time, in rhythm, creates the big play. And look at them. They're right back on the football, ready to run another play.
Well, it's incomplete, and this sophomore quarterback usually makes that throw every time. Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on 2nd down. Here's the handoff. Oh, better look out. They get him down, but this offense is set up 1st and goal from the 9. The Cornhuskers kept this drive moving on the ground. Now back to work. They'll try to get it in with the run. Touchdown, Huskers! And the punishment has been extended. Now they've got a little breathing room. They are in firm control of this game, guys, but you never want to let up in a rivalry game.
Because it only takes one play. We know how much of a factor momentum can be in these types of rivalry games, David, so this game's still far from over.
And this is where my leadership and my experience comes into play. When you got guys that have been through these fires, been through these rivalry games, you know the swings happen quick. Now you got to swing it back your way.
Minnesota has it back, and the Gopher offense is headed onto the field. They face a pretty tall mountain here, Jesse, down 24, but if they're going to climb it, this is a good time to start.
Sense of urgency's got to be big right here. You just get the...
All out of space. They're finally able to haul him down at midfield.
Another Golden Gopher.
That's why everybody has to do the tip drill, DBs and receivers, and it worked out this time for the offense.
That's exactly what you want as a defender. Just get your hand on the football, let that thing bounce, and you see so many big plays made, but it was the opposite. It goes right to the wide receiver, makes the play, makes the catch. Man, that's frustrating for a defense.
You know, it's a nice throw by the QB there. When you're throwing to running backs, you got to make it easy. So you want to put it right on their body, make the catch simple, and let them go to work like they did just there, getting that first.
Now on 1st and 10 from the 26. Looking for a man. It's Wolf. Finds his tight end. Really good concept there to get things going and use the tight end early.
Yeah, I mean, just such a great job on first down, setting up an easier second down. Understanding I don't always have to push the ball down the field, but see the tight end, make the throw. No, it's not a big gain. It makes life really easy on me on second down.
He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. Got to pick up a few to move the sticks here on 3rd down from their own 20. Quick release by the QB. And boy, is he close to that first down, maybe just a couple of inches short. Here comes the field goal unit as they'll try to take the 3. After finishing a drive with a field goal earlier, this one will be a 33-yard attempt. Right down the boulevard. It's good. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Guys, it is now a final in the Big Ten, and a game I think a lot of folks will want to see. Penn State handled its business today away from home. What a thorough beatdown. And what poise this generally young team showed. I think even other coaches will point to this one as what's possible. Really unexpected outcome in this intriguing Big Ten matchup. And the type of loss, guys, that'll get the attention of even a good football team.
Kevin, thanks a lot for that one. Sounds as if they had a good one there. As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. Second down, they'll go to the air. He just treated that thing like a hot potato, and they're going to call him for grounding. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. Time for one more snap before the end of the quarter. Leaves it with the back. Turning it on! Tackle is made at the 27. Let's see if they decide to punt it. We've reached the break. It's Nebraska holding the lead. And they are starting to pull away as we come to the end of the 3rd quarter. Let's take a look at how we got here. One more quarter to go, and it looks as if we are ready to play. The Huskers line up to punt it away. They'll look to pin them deep. They'll put that return to a stop at the 33, but the offense set up in pretty good field position. To the air, it's Wolf. The quick out. Tackled at the 43 after picking up 10. Offense lines up for a 1st and 10 from the 43.
Here's the deal. You're down 3 possessions. You know, it doesn't feel likely they're going to come back and win, but we've seen crazier stuff happen in college football. It all starts with a big completion on a 2-minute drive. They'll get the momentum started in your direction.
Motion from the wideout. Looking to throw on 1st down. He misses his man. The accuracy just not what it needed to be on that play. Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. They'll run play action. Got it behind the line. It's Johnson. Didn't pick up a lot there. Moved it forward just a few.
It's always interesting how people handle late game. Like, you know this game is over. There's not a lot to gain from it, but some people try to throw the ball deep and continue to make plays. They throw it short. The clock's running out, and there's not a lot to talk about that's going to be positive for this offense.
The marker is at the 35, and they need to get it there to convert 3rd down. Finds his man. It's Etheridge. Not a big window, and that throw was money, and they've got it at the 30.
Big 3rd down there for the quarterback, and he knew where his best chance was at getting that first. He found the curl route, made an accurate throw, and as a result, the offense stays on the field.
Looking to throw on first down. Trying to make magic with his feet. And he has a solid gain on the play before sliding.
And this is the hard part about being on defense and choosing whether to be conservative or bring the blitz. They bring the blitz, he sees it, and that's what he does really well. Sees it and immediately makes a decision, gets to some green grass, and gets a positive gain for this offense.
And it's just been that kind of day for this quarterback in this offense, guys. They have never been able to get into a rhythm throwing the football. Timing's been off. Accuracy hasn't been great. We've seen some drops, just not in sync, and that's why they find themselves trailing by a lot right here late in the game.
The Golden Gophers will line it up on 1st and 10. They're looking to pass from the red zone. He's got it on the move. They get it down to the 7 on that pass. In prime position for a score.
Nice job there. Good timing between the QB and the wide receiver executing that out route.
To the air, it's Wolf. Lets it fly. Touchdown, Minnesota! Fired in from the red zone for the score.
One of the areas they really focused on with this receiver in the offseason was we need you to make more plays for us in the end zone. We're taking shots. We need you to be able to step up and make tough catches. David, what a grab right there.
And I think a lot of that has to do with trusting your guy, knowing where he's going to be, knowing when he's going to sit down, when he's not. So being on the same page, and then having a guy that can go get it. Just when the ball is near him, he's going to make the play, just like he did right there for 6 points.
The Cornhuskers ready to go back to work on offense. They still have the lead here, Jesse, but this would be a good time to put together a drive.
You're right, Reese. You can't rest easy right now. You just watch the opponent drive down the field and score a touchdown of their own, so you've got to answer that here. Your playmakers better step up.
And I don't know what it is about momentum. In all the locker rooms and all the years, coaching, everything, you can't quantify it, you can't measure it. And the momentum has swung to the other side. You got to get it back.
Wants to fire on 2nd down. Got it in the middle. It's Etienne. He's close to the first down, but they're going to mark him just a little short.
You see a lot of offenses late in the football game with the lead get conservative. I like they didn't. Like, they trusted the passing game. You're going to get looks that you know what they are. Defense has to be aggressive. You know, they have to be aggressive because they're down. They've got to get to the quarterback. They've got to get stops. Nice job throwing the football, though.
It's 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. Wide receiver comes in motion. Looking for a gap. It's Parker. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. And the Huskers with myriad options after that big pickup on 1st down. The play action fake. Caught near the sticks. It's Mills. And the defense makes the immediate tackle, but he has enough for the 1st down.
This offense is not letting up, guys. They've got a lead here late, and they are still taking shots. They're still looking for explosive plays. This defense just has not had an answer here all game long.
Able to pick his way forward for a decent game before the defense gets him down. The Cornhuskers with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. They'll run it, trying to drain time off the clock. They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the 1st down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Off the play fake on 1st down to throw. Such great awareness along the sideline and the ability to get that foot down for the catch. The Huskers trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. And they can't make the connection, and it could get worse. A penalty flag on the field, and it's in the holding zone. Let's get the call. Holding penalties, the ultimate drive killer. We'll see if it costs this offense here. 8th play of the drive coming up. Tight end now in motion. The give to the back. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. 9th play of the drive coming up, but this one will be tough. 3rd and long. Looking to throw, and he needs a bunch. Working that left side. He's finally stopped and brought down at the 15. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. And the Huskers started this drive backed up in their own end, and now they've moved into position to score. They'll move the wide receiver. Quarterback touch pass on the jet sweep. They pick up half of it. It'll be 2nd and 5. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. Going to work on 2nd down in the red zone, and still some ground to cover to pick up that 1st down. Wants to go up top. And they're not on the same page there. The terrain gets rough this deep in the red zone. 3rd down. They can't pick up the 1st without scoring. From the gun, wants to pass. He caught it. He'll be stopped just short of the end zone, but they'll have it 1st and goal.
And at some point for the defense, I'm just thinking, hey, man, like, it's got to be somebody else. I mean, the big tight end has made play after play after play today. And we know if it gets close in the 4th quarter, they're going to look his way, so the defense really needs to have a plan.
A great chance to put this game away with a score here on 1st and goal. They'll try to blast their way in. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Cornhuskers. They give themselves a little more cushion as they try to reel off their 4th straight win. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Fellas, who knows how things are going to finish up in the Big Ten this season, but this is a game to keep in mind. Ohio State went on the road and just dominated. And that's one way to grab attention on a national level. Make a statement in someone else's building and prove you're legit. And did the Buckeyes ever do that? Iron sharpens iron, and you just know a Big Ten matchup like this is going to go a long way in telling the story of each of these teams' seasons.
And Kevin Connors keeping an eye on everything all over the country. Sounds like they had a good one there. Pressure coming. Not much of a chance there. He just had to get rid of it to avoid the sack.
Well, at this point, you're still trying to throw stuff up against the blackboard and see if it sticks. You're down by a lot of points, so why not try it, right? And give the offense credit. You know, you're not just going to run the football. You're not just going to take a knee and go into the locker room with your tail between your legs. I like the fighting spirit, just not enough of that today.
Takes a shot as he lets it go. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers. And the Golden Gophers decide to punt it away. 3 and out, and not much choice but to get rid of the ball. That's usually prime return position, but he'll make the fair catch just outside the 40. And here comes the Nebraska offense back onto the field. What a feeling this has to be, David, in complete control and headed toward victory formation.
Yeah, no stress, under a couple minutes left in the ball game, well in hand. These are the ones, Jesse, you like to just run the clock, take a knee, whatever you want.
No doubt. They're going to love watching this game film, too. There's just so many positives to take away from this, and this is the kind of performance today that is really going to help this offense's confidence.
Smart move to keep it on the ground. Able to scrounge 3 yards out of that one somehow. It's 2nd and 7. Win with the running game on 1st down, now back at it. Hand off from the shotgun. And a good solid pickup before the defense cuts him down.
And that's exactly what I want from my offense. Like, listen, they're out of timeouts. I want this clock to tick. Now, we have seen some college coaches across college football continue to run the football and also give up the football and give a gift to the other team. This one's over if I just take a knee.
The Cornhuskers will snap it on 1st and 10. They'll try the run. And on that short gain that will bring us to the end of this game. No matter how much college football changes, realignment, all of that kind of stuff, rivalries are consistent, and winning rivalry games, well, that's just the best.
Because they hate each other so much. So you take the field against your rival. You're able to put forth a performance like that. That is worth its weight in gold, David. Unbelievable effort here by the winning team, and bragging rights now for a while.
Bragging rights for a while. It's a fun thing to be able to accomplish. Now we also got to take in the next couple games, because this is always, there's a letdown that naturally happens after these big rivalry wins. We feel like our chest is poked out. We got to look on to the next game, focus in on this next one.
That's going to do it from here. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis, and you've been watching another presentation of EA Sports College Football.